If you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you know I love doner kebabs. I feel my duty in life is to try to find the best doner kebab in Berlin and tell you all about it. Now, in a city that has over 900 doner kebab shops, that's quite a task, but I'm the man for the job. And in this video, I continue my journey to find the best kebab in Berlin, so I hope you enjoy it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. Since I had to be in Charlottenburg to shoot some film for another video, I thought I would give Rouya a shot. The owner of Rouya used to be the owner of Rouya, the kebab we tried in the last video. When his lease ended at the shop in Schöneberg, the property owner just took over the restaurant and changed the name to Rouya. I was curious to try this one to see how it compares to the Rouya in Schöneberg.
Okay, so far this looks just like Rouya's in Schöneberg. Pretty long wait to, I think I'm number 60. I'm number 63 and I'm number 47, so you can tell it's a pretty busy place. So I'm cautiously optimistic that this is going to be good. I'm very curious if it's going to taste just like Rouya's over in Schöneberg. It looks pretty darn tasty. Quite a bit of meat with cheese and an adequate amount of veggies. Cautiously optimistic. Like I said earlier, Rouya's is probably my second favorite kebab that I've had. This is awful. Just taking a big risk wearing a white shirt. Just to give an update here, the bread isn't quite holding up. So I don't know if that's operator error or baker error, but not quite holding up like it should. So I gotta say, this is a good kebab. It's not a great kebab. I still stand by what I said. It's definitely worth trying if you're in the area, but not necessarily worth a trip out.
Legend has it that the kebab was born here at Hasir in Kreuzberg in 1971, so I just had to try it. There are so many kebab choices in Kreuzberg, you could spend the rest of your days trying them and not get to all of them.
I have to admit, this kebab doesn't have very much meat in it. It's not very warm. The meat is relatively good. The bread is tasty. The bread is good. I can't taste the sauce. It's definitely suffering from being under-sauced. The meat is definitely good. It definitely has kind of a unique flavor. It is certainly meat forward. It didn't put very much vegetables on it at all, which is fine with me. Sometimes they can put way too many vegetables on it. Kind of overwhelms everything else, but the ratio was better here. I would have liked to have maybe a little bit more meat still. It's a good kebab. It is. It's definitely that sauce. I finally tasted the sauce. The sauce is good. But there's just not enough of it. As far as classic kebabs go, it's pretty good. It's probably in the 6.5 to 7 range. I have to think about it for a minute, but I think it's somewhere in that range. Oh, I just got to buy with everything. It's very good. Very good. The problem is it's inconsistent. If it were like that throughout, this would easily be in the 7.5 range. Yeah, this is a good kebab. A little bit under-sauced. It's not consistently sauced. That's my problem with it. But yeah, it's good. Let's try the hummus. I don't usually get hummus or anything with this, but I felt like I was really hungry until I tried the hummus. It's pretty good. It has a little bit of a unique flavor. put sesame seeds on it, which I don't think I've ever seen before. Yeah, it's good. The hummus is good. I'm going to say 7.2. I'm going to take a little bit off because it's a little bit inconsistent. But, you know, they claim to be the originals. And, I mean, I think that's kind of like, I don't know, claiming to be the original Juicy Lucy in Wisconsin or Minnesota or whatever. Or like the first person to make a corny dog in Texas. I don't know. But it's really good. I'm gonna put it in I'm gonna say 7.2. Definitely good if you're in the area, not necessarily worth the trip for. One last thing about the meat. It is extremely fresh. I can tell that this is pressed meat that they make here. A lot of times you can get these industrial made spits that are basically just like formed meatloafs. But this is like fresh meat, fresh feel. So I'm gonna bump this up to 7.4 just for that because the meat is very good.
So I was wandering through Prince Lauenburg and I came across this little gem. Now, if you look on any travel guide, you will see Mustafa's mentioned as one of the best Gemüse kebabs in Berlin. There is zero chance I will ever wait in the line for Mustafa's again. People who live here don't. It's a good kebab, but you can find one just as good or better without waiting for an hour or two in line.
Alright, I am super excited to try this. This looks like a really good kebab. Okay, now this looks like an excellent kebab. I cannot wait to put this in my belly. So this is a Gemüse kebab. So if you remember my last video, Gemüse kebab is not in fact a vegetable kebab. It is a chicken kebab. It does have vegetables in it, like this. Well, it's potato. So I'm really curious to try this out. Bread looks nice and crispy. Let's see. I haven't gotten any chicken yet. The bread is good. It's a good combination of crispy and chewy. Looks like it's going to hold up to the eating and to the sauce. It's a promising start. I haven't gotten to hit chicken yet though. Let's see. It's a good kebab. It's solid. The bread holds up. The meat is really seasoned well. It tastes good. I can't taste the sauce, actually. So probably could use a little bit more sauce. The cheese, outstanding. The vegetables are really good. This is a really solid Gemüse kebab. The bread definitely holds up better than Rouya. Not as tasty though, but it's good, very good. 0.5. Missing the sauce, I've got to probably take a point off of that.
Tempelhofer Field is a great place for picnics, and nothing goes better with a picnic than doner kebabs. Now, this place is known for its durum, and that's what I'm going to be having today. If you don't know what a durum is, it's basically a doner burrito, and it is delicious. Okay, look at just how big this thing is. This one looks good. I got scharf on this. Couldn't help myself. Got scharf sauce. Usually I get Kreutzer, which I did get Kreutzer, but I got scharf as well. Spicy sauce. And this thing is so big, they put French fries in it too, which is probably just a way to blackmail me, bribe me. Normally I wouldn't buy French fries.
And that sauce is different. First things first, I like doners. I like the bread in doners. That's why I prefer the doner. This is okay. It's a little chewy for my taste. But this thing is like chock full of meat. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, that is outstanding. Oh, that is so good. The sharp sauce is sweet as well as spicy. It definitely has a little bit of kick. Not overly spicy, but it's really good. Boy, that's really good. What can I say? The meat is extremely flavorful and very thin. You can see the machine cutting the meat. Very thin. So flavorful. This is outstanding. This is an outstanding durum. It's definitely the best durum I've ever had, without a doubt. I'll have to check and see as far as doner, how the bread would be for a doner. I think Fanta was made for the kebab. It's like perfect with the kebab. Vegetables are in the right proportion with the meat. I don't love the wrap. It's fine. It doesn't add or detract from the sandwich. It's merely a container. So I guess that can be seen as good. Boy, it's raining. But fortunately I'm under this tree and I am getting shaded from the rain. So this is outstanding. Yeah, I'd say this is probably in the 8.2 range, 8.3 maybe. Yeah, 8.2. Outstanding kebab. This is the best sandwich I've had for this video. This is wonderful.
Well, miss, I guess.
Okay, now this one is different. Döner has vegan kebabs. I have never eaten here, but I've had a vegan kebab before, and it was all right. I'm really curious about this one. Döner is located in Friedrichshain near Boxhagener Platz, so even if the kebab ain't great, I can walk through the market of Boxy, which I love.
I've been really curious about this, and of course, can't have a kebab. I cannot have a kebab without having an orange soda. Fanta usually. They don't have Fanta. So I usually get that. I don't always do it. Today feels like as good a day as any to have a Fanta. Okay, this looks really good. The bread looks really nice. Vegetables look fresh. I went with these special fries. These pommes special they had. So I'm assuming it's vegan cheese with some onions. Looks really good. So let's give this a try. Let's try the fries first. Fries have a little bit of a spicy like tone. They're not spicy, but they have a spice to them. They're really good. Okay, for the main event. The bread looks good. The vegetables look super fresh. I apologize if I'm a bit close up. This table is really narrow. Okay, well, so far I haven't tasted any of the meat-like product. I got a Rouya sauce, like I usually do. So it's vegan Rouya sauce, so it doesn't have real yogurt. It's really good. The bread is really good. The bread is very good. This is good. I can taste the vegan meat. It doesn't really taste like kebab. It's good though. It's good. It just doesn't really. It doesn't taste like the kebab meat you would expect. I will say, this is some of the best bread I've had. The bread is excellent, crispy but chewy and airy. Really good. I've had a vegan kebab before. This is better than that one. It's hard to grade these, right? Because it's just on a different scale. It's good though. It's really good. 7.2. It's a good kebab. The bread is excellent. 7.4. The bread is really good. And if you're vegan or you don't eat meat, it's a good option here in Boxhagen and Platz. And from here, you can go over to the market, which is really awesome.